Our correspondent Israel Eferobor, who's been speaking to Mr. Alade, is now here with me in the studio. He's been speaking to him and other family members at their resident in Ibadan. Efe, thank you so much for making it back to the studio. You know, the initial reaction many people had when they saw the viral video of Kehinde Alade's tragic death was mostly anger. But another video then emerged showing that there's more to this story. What have you been hearing from Kehinde's father beyond what we've just seen and other people that you've spoken to in the community?
Thank you, Adejobi, for having me. It's a tale of shock and despair, basically. When we got to the community, people were still in shock, and the majority of the people in the area, they just didn't want to speak. They were asking a question: why will this happen? What sort of police force do we have in Nigeria? Those were the kind of questions that they were asking. I couldn't answer those questions, but all I could do at this point was to empathize with them. And basically, they were just in shock. And so many of them, they were just expressing anger at what happened yesterday morning. This happened at about 7:30 in the morning at Alakia. And to the shock of so many people, the boy that passed was a twin, and his name is Taiwo, and the boy that passed, his name is Kehinde, but Taiwo, the twin brother, was in shock as well. And let's just try and see if we can get his thoughts on what exactly happened to his brother, because we spoke to him earlier on. Let's hear what Taiwo Alade, the brother of the deceased, what he had to say.
Okay.
Kehinde was my best friend. Kehinde is very playful and jokes a lot. Kehinde is a very brilliant and bright boy. And yeah, if you do ask questions in class, me and him play after.
My dad was taking us to school, and it's not actually a 1 week, but he just wants to pass something to come out from the other side of the road. That's when those oh yes, or what's their name? Otma. They came and they blocked the other way. So
this is beyond tragic. But speak to us about what that area is like, the particular highway in question. Because the bone of contention now is that the father was driving on a one-way against traffic. At least from the vantage point of the video, that must have come from the officials.
Yes.
What is that place like? Because the twin brother is claiming now that it's actually not a one-way.
Then I can explain that.
Go ahead.
So for people in the community, according to what the father said, while News Center spoke to him earlier today in Ibadan, that road is the old Ife Road. For those who know Ibadan very well, old Ife Road, Alakia. And according to him, it's not really a one-way. He wasn't driving against traffic, according to him. And he said that was exactly how they always go through the road. And tell me where you see signposts, in Nigeria, where they actually do tell you that this place is one way. You're driving against traffic. You seldom see things like that. And that is also another problem that make people fall into this trap. So, but apparently the road that the father took, according to him, is not one way. But if you look at it, the community members, they always use that road. You come out from your streets and then you can easily just make a detour and get onto the highway. But if you look at that movement,
it does look like it is driving against traffic.
Yes, you can term it.
Could it be a situation where it's a norm for the community members to do that, but then the government is now saying that's over?
But then again, there hasn't been any
official statement
to that. No one has come out to say anything like that. And unfortunately, that's the word I can use now. Unfortunately, these people were on patrol when this happened, when they saw the man driving against traffic.
Have you heard anything from the state government about this issue?
Well, so far. So today we tried to get across to the police command in the area. There's a police station very, very close to where this incident happened. They declined to speak, saying that we need to speak to the PPPRO of Oyo State Police Command, who unfortunately wasn't in town, because we called him on the phone. He wasn't in town. And then he had to direct us to someone else who, of course, we couldn't reach at a point in time. But what they're saying is the policeman who indeed shot at the vehicle, which many people are still questioning, why would you shoot at the vehicle? What was your aim for shooting at the vehicle? Were they robbers? Were they armed? What was the reason behind you opening fire on the vehicle? And guess what? In this particular vehicle, there were 5 children in this vehicle. 5 children, and one unfortunately lost his life. There were 2 men in front, the father, and then there was another man in front as well, and there were 3 children at the back seat. And this bullet penetrated and killed one of the children. So the police, for the police, the thing to us, that the policeman who shot at the boy has been taken into custody and investigations are ongoing. But that's the much that we can say from the side of the government and the police for now. But indeed, the outrage is overwhelming.
Yeah.
That's a life that has been lost, and he was actually going to write an exam.
Right.
He wanted to be a lawyer, by the way.
Honestly,
He wanted to be a lawyer, and now that dream
is wasted.
has been cut short.
Right. So what kind of justice do you sense the Alade family wants from both the government and, in this case, and perhaps even the police, because they're saying that they want justice served accordingly? What sort of, did you get a sense of the kind of justice they're looking for?
Well, it's a good thing to know that the IGP, Kayode Egbetokun, has ordered an investigation into the matter. They want to see how far this investigation will go for justice to be indeed seems to have been served and the right way. For the Alade family, they are hoping that they will get some sort of reprieve, some sort of justice from this. I don't know how exactly they want this to go.
Like compensation, like jail term, it's always good to have a very particular, be able to nail down what kind of justice you want.
And you can also see from the video, when we got there today, there were a lot of sympathizers around, people coming and going, relatives, friends. Let's even just hear what the friends of the deceased were saying. We had so many of them who came into the house today.
We had one of them speaking earlier. But we're going to have to leave it there because we're running out of time now. There's just so much to unpack in this story, and I know that you're going to be staying on it for us until, we reach the, some kind of conclusion of the story. Thank you so much. Israel Eferobor, our correspondent there. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.